his touches at the rim, the finishing. The Knicks have been at the bottom of the league in finishing last season between RJ and Julius Randle. This is the first time where we're gonna have competent NBA spacing. Kemba Walker, God willing, if he's healthy, hopefully he can build on what he did last season when he with the Celtics towards the end. He's more of a legitimate 3-point threat. They should not be able to load up on Julius Randle. And like if you look at these numbers, man, at the rim, he was trending up at the 68th percentile at the rim, got to New York, became the focal of the offense. He dipped down to the 19th percentile and 16th percentile. He hasn't shot at the 16th percentile at the rim since his so-called rookie year. I don't expect that to be the number next season. I expect that to be closer to maybe 65% or 59%. Yeah. Absolutely. And I expect his defense. I think the energy saving aspect of not having to carry the offensive load the entire time. I feel like the defense is going to pick up because
absolutely. I think the Knicks going to be way better on defense than people think. They for some reason people look at Kemba and think that he can't play D. That's not true. Kemba could play some defense, and especially you put him in a Tom Thibodeau system. I think he's going to. We're going to be all right.
All
right, we're going to be all
right. Okay, ahead, Ryan.
No, I just want to add one thing right quick because I think people forget the fact that. Yeah, the Knicks may have lost a couple of defenders and got players who are better on the offense, but you have to remember the coach. It's Tom Thibodeau. So it's Tom Thibodeau's defensive system. So Tom Thibodeau's going to come up with some type of plan where he's going to mask any deficiencies on defense, and it's going to be a team defensive scheme. So, yeah, the Knicks might not be third best in defense like they were last season, but, I mean, they're going to probably still be like maybe a reasonable like 9th or 10th or something like that in the league. So I don't think the defense is going to drop off that much.
Right.
Yo, it's interesting because I've gotten some stats, right? Gotten some stats of like, the defensive ratings of these players, and Elfrid Payton, the supposed defensive player on our team, right? Starting point guard of the New York Knicks, Elfrid Payton, he had a defensive rating of 110.8. Now, when you talk about defensive ratings, the higher your rating is, the worse it is. All right? So he has 110.8 defensive rating, and it is the highest, or AKA worst rating as our starting five. So that tells you something. Compared to Kemba, Kemba's rating is at 111.4, which is, a little bit worse, but the offense is going to make up for that exponentially.
Well, see, that's the thing. You got to add the offense and defense and get a total plus minus.
Right.
So you compare Kemba to Peyton, Kemba's going to blow him out the water in that department. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, plus minus, Elfrid Payton, -3, Kemba Walker, 3.1. And that's Kemba Walker on a down year.
Right. Exactly.
That's Kemba Walker on a down year.
That's what I'm saying, because he I'm looking at his stats for the last 5 years. He has averaged between 8 and 9 threes per game, usually being the focal point of the offense.
Right.
So you have Julius Randle as the focal point with Evan Fournier on the wing, and you got the scorer in RJ. Kemba, I think he's going to be. See, this is the thing. I guess tonight efficiency is my word, because I think Kemba's going to be more efficient. He's going to be more efficient.
Absolutely, and he's gonna be more efficient with the added weapons. There's no way he won't be more efficient, man. And it just seems like he is dedicated to blending in with the team. Like the culture of this team is set. And we can talk about Kemba Walker now, but before we get into Kemba Walker, I have to do something that I haven't done yet, and that is salute the chat. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. You watching Nigga Time Show. I'm gonna give y'all shout outs. If you enjoyed the show, hit that thumbs up button and hit that like button, like and share and subscribe to the channel. All right. But shout out to everybody who's rocking with us so far. Shout out to Michael Magic. Shout out to White Falcon. Shout out to the Shells. Shout out to Raphael Berg. Shout out to I see Raw's in the chat interacting. Says thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. And I saw some people early who came in here earlier to say hi. So shout out to you, Prez the Boss, man. Shout out to you, always treats me well. JR, everybody else who's rocking with the KOT show. Craig, shout out to Craig. Tell him Alejandro. Everybody, man, welcome back. If you would like to add to the conversation and you want to talk to us, there is a Discord link pinned to the top of the chat. You can click that link and you can talk to us live on the KOT show, and you can give your thoughts on Knicks Media Day and the upcoming season. All right. Now, Kemba Walker, man. Kemba Walker. One of the things that kind of was addressed in Media Day was what is happening with Kemba Walker's knees. What is the approach the Knicks are going to take with him? They revealed. Listen, we saw Tom Thibodeau at a press conference a month ago be asked, "Is Kemba Walker playing?" Without hesitation, he said yes, he is playing, back-to-backs and all. Everybody started laughing. People thought it was a joke. Knicks fans knew it wasn't a joke. It was not a. This is not a test.
No joke.
This is not a test. This is not a drill. Kemba Walker will be playing back-to-backs. Yeah, he announced it today. He was just like, it's not gonna be the same situation with the Celtics. They're going to play it by ear. He says during Media Day that his knees feel fine. He seems like he's managed it well, and it's going to be a day-to-day thing to see how it feels. Gentlemen, nerves, are they building up in your chest? Do you feel like this is the right approach?
I get worried when a coach says, which Tom said and which Kemba said, I'm leaving it up to the player. If he feels like he could play, he's going to play. If he doesn't feel like he's going to play, he don't play. Because a player is going to want to play even if they're hurt. They're going to want to play.
Absolutely.
And that could hurt the team. And Kemba said that it was the Celtics' plan that he didn't play back-to-backs. It wasn't that he was tired or anything, that the Celtics decided he wasn't going to play back-to-backs and they were going to manage him. And then they asked him, well, what'd you think about that? He said, it worked well for me. So I think they should manage him. But one thing I'm not – see, to me, Kemba, a healthy Kemba makes us an Eastern Conference Finals contender.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not – it's not like if we don't have Kemba, we're not going to make the playoffs. So I'm not worried about that, but I would like to see him there so we can compete, in the East for that.
Eastern Conference Finals contender.
Well, you give me Kemba and a healthy Mitchell Robinson. Oh yeah. Oh,
so wait, Eastern Conference Finals contender. So that means who we got at the top? We got
last year was the P word. This year is the ECF word.
Okay.
The ECF.
Okay.
If y'all long-term listeners of the KOT show, we had an episode called the P word. That is the episode when we felt like we could make the playoffs. We had Knicks PTSD and we did not want to say it out loud, but we entertained their conversation, and ultimately, we said it with our chest. Maybe like a month later.
What?
Jay Ellis creativity.
But right now, the ECF, my chest.
I don't know. I'm saying now. Let me give my disclaimer.
All right.
If you give me 65 games of Kemba, 72 games of Mitch. You give me a healthy Julius Randle with Kemba with RJ taking that next step. Oh hell yeah. We're talking now. We could be anybody. We could be anybody in the East with that team. We could be anybody in the East. With that bench that we got with D Rose in them, we could be. See, last year, y'all remember we were playing 4-on-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. We were playing 4-on-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then D Rose had the COVID, and then he come back and his win wasn't right, and then he wore out by the playoff. Listen, this is a different year. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Give me a healthy Mitchell Robinson and give me a healthy Kemba Walker. Now, if Kemba's hurt, then I'm saying, okay, top 4 to 6 in the East. But you give me healthy Kemba, you let Kemba play 65 games. I'm trying to tell y'all, it's going to be time, baby. It's going to be time. You know how they say black it's time? It's going to be Knicks' time.
I'll say this though, because with the way the East is set up, is if you really look at the East from a realistic standpoint, like you have the top tier teams, which is basically Brooklyn, Milwaukee, maybe the Sixers, because you have to see what happens with the Ben Simmons situation. You don't know if that's going to weaken them or make them stronger. And then like from like 4 to like 10, there's a bunch of East teams where, more or less they're like near each other in strength. There's no team that's significantly better than the other team.
Right.
So from 4 to 10, realistically, if the Knicks are playing the best of if the Knicks are playing at the top of their level, they could probably beat most of those teams within 4 to 10. And then all they would have to worry about is those top 2 or 3 teams in the East that could potentially derail them. So I think Eastern Conference Finals, it's a possibility.
Yeah, they finish in the top 4. That means they get a home court in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Anything is possible, man.
Woo! All right, my chest.
Anything's possible. Like last year, I'm looking at the Celtics. So you had Kemba play 43 games, but y'all know Marcus Smart only played 48 games. Jaylen Brown played 58 games. He missed 14 games. Even Jason Tatum, he played 64 games. So nobody was really healthy. So, it wasn't just Kemba why they were short. Kemba was taking on a lot. He played 32 minutes a game, Kemba. So I don't know. I'm like I said, man, don't give me a healthy Kemba Walker, because Kemba Walker healthy. Look, we all know.
Yes.
My line, if I say there's no player in the NBA that could guard Kemba Walker one-on-one when he's healthy. That's right? Right. There's nobody. You can't put nobody on a one-on-one. You got to double him. So you're talking about the ball moving. You're talking about Julius passing out of double teams. Somebody's got to be open. Somebody's got to get a one-on-one opportunity. Okay, so you're going to have RJ taking that next step, playing bully ball. We know Julius Randle, and you got Kemba Walker, and then you got Evan Fournier, who is a secondary option or tertiary option, is a killer. Come on, man.
Man, listen. There's a lot to unpack here, right? There's a lot to unpack. First and foremost, the Elfrid Payton for Kemba Walker thing can't be understated, right? That is a 6-point swing in net rating with one person alone.
Exactly.
With one person alone,
one player.
A 6-point net rating with one person alone. Then we add Evan Fournier, who's gonna be like more like a 1.5 point net rating over Reggie Bullock. Then we, like you said, Mitchell Robinson. If you have Mitchell Robinson healthy, that could also be.
Mitch is the key.
There's a lot of key factors. Here's what I'll say. There's a lot of key factors that you just can't really calculate really.
Yeah.
Because we have a situation where we have a team who is young and developing, and they caught us by surprise last year because they are young and developing. We started out the season last season nearly dead last in 3-point shooting and ended up top 10 by the end of the season, strictly because we developed. This season, during media day, Tom Thibodeau talked about they added more development staff to the team. They've added more people to the team. James Dolan was throwing money at him.
That's right.
But the thing is, we also have people to look at. Kyrie Irving's a headache. He doesn't want to take a test. We don't know what's going to happen with that boy. The Milwaukee Bucks are still good. Miami, I'm a little bit worried about Miami. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit worried about Miami. Because that's the team that gave us trouble, and they added a guy who's legit in Kyle Lowry. So depending on
Lowry lost weight. Yeah.
So you know what happens when you go to a team. He might be a little bit motivated. So to me, there's Brooklyn, there's Milwaukee. I'm not that threatened by the 76ers. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Especially without Ben Simmons.
Right.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons was kryptonite to RJ for one game.
Right.
Now you ain't got him.
But
I like Tyrese Maxey, but he'll get destroyed. RJ will destroy that boy. I'm trying to tell you, man. Y'all sleeping on our team. See, all of them good. I'm not saying they're not good now. Milwaukee's good. Miami's good. Like you said, I'm with you.
Right.
Hell, the Knicks are good, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but I am looking at Miami though, because they did make They did make some moves that I'm worried. I'm like, all right.
No, Miami's gonna be good. Miami's a
Yeah.
threat.
Yeah,
There's a couple of teams that, to me, I'm looking at. Charlotte's I think, gonna surprise people.
Yeah, Charlotte gave us problems
Yeah.
last year too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chicago gonna disappoint people, and watch Indiana because they got the talent to be really one of the top teams in the East. I don't know, they've been shooting themselves in the foot to me, but they got the talent to be top 3, top 4 in the East. They got that kind of team, so I'm watching them. But and Miami, and then of course you got Milwaukee. I'm not so worried about Philly. And I don't know. I mean, Kevin Durant and Harden alone, we were without Kyrie. That makes the Nets a threat, because we were without Kyrie.
Yeah.
So you got them two in there. But look, it's going to be a dogfight. This I love. What I like about the NBA right now is have you noticed there's more parity. There's more parity.
Yeah.
There's more parity in the NBA. So any given night, the worst team could beat the best team any given night. So you can't sleep. That's why I don't want to predict each game, because you just never know. You might go into Orlando and get your behind handed to you. I don't know. So because it's like that. So, and last year, the beginning of the year, we spanked Milwaukee to start the year.
That's because Elfrid Payton scored 30 points, and that never happened again.
Kemba Walker could do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
So, I don't know. I'm just saying I'm not conceding anything this year with the Knicks. It's comfortable as Thibodeau is, because he's bringing back. This is the first time, I can't remember last time we brought back this many players from the team.
True.
So and then you added two in Fournier and Kemba that just going to be complete total upgrades. So I mean, people can look, please sleep. Call me a lie, call me crazy, sleep on me. The Knicks. Give me a healthy Kemba Walker and give me a healthy Mitchell Robinson. Give me 72 games of Mitch Rob. Give me 65 games of Kemba. We in the top 4 or 3 in the East, baby. I'm trying to think.
Oh, if Kemba Walker is healthy, we're staying in the top 4. I do believe that. I do believe that for sure.